Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. This is week 19 in my project live for 2020. Really quick, I'm showing you the paper pad that I chose to use for this week. It is Sunny Days by Maggie Holmes. Just giving you a quick viewing of it. A flip through, I was able to find it at Tuesday morning. So I just giving that quick flip through. I really liked the papers. I saw someone else had it here on YouTube, and it kind of like beach base. So we went to the beach this week. We kind of traveled. I also found the stickers and also the puffy stickers right here. So there was actually a lot more at that store. There was ephemera packs. There was other things, but I didn't pick them up. I didn't feel like I needed the whole collection. And I just showed you a couple more items that I also got pulled out because I like to pull out all things Maggie Holmes whenever I'm using Maggie Holmes paper. I just feel like, they're easy to coordinate. So this is my 4x6 title card, which is so funny. This is the only card that I actually bring in that is not a Maggie Holmes 4x6 card from that paper pad. It is from Simple Stories. I believe it says it's the We Are Here. I used it a couple of months ago for my Traveler's Notebook. But I just like that it said destination, and I wanted to use that so I can use my typewriter to put in the word Galveston, Texas, because that's where we went that week. And I got a little heart stamp and stamped out the days for week 19, which doesn't really fit where week 19 is on the calendar, but that was my cheat, and I don't have to use a roller date stamp this week. So moving on to the next photo, I'm just adding in a little camera and a little word sentiment that says beautiful. Moving on, this one was going to be a typewriting journaling card, so that's got moved aside. You'll see at the end all done up. And of course, my ATG gun would mess up on camera. So I had to fix that. And I'm moving on to my 3x4. And I love just adding a little simple embellishments with a little label. All the labels that I'm using in this weekly spread is from Kelly Stamps. She has printables, and I love getting her printables. I believe mainly the ones that I'm using are from her Chocolate Lover printable from her site, so definitely check her out. Now I'm just doing what I do. I love doing my 3x4 cards, matting them to white cardstock. But I did notice with this paper pad, the Sunny Days collection, it had it wasn't a cream color, but it was a different type of white. So I'm showing you here on the back. I used the pattern paper that I wasn't using just because it was a different white than what I had. So I just wanted to I didn't want to have too many whites going on, too many different shades. So it kind of had like a blue hue to it, but you can't really tell on camera. But so I didn't use regular white cardstock. I used the papers that I were from the collection. Moving on to the next photo, it is a 4x6, and I am just grabbing the little label as the foundation to make my little clusters on each photo. This one says, well, hello there. This kid was trying to climb up onto my brother-in-law's boat, and he was successful. He was able to climb up. This kid is just, he's getting big so fast. I cannot believe it. And I'm going pretty fast here. I just to keep things super simple. I'm so sorry about the glare on this one. He lost his tooth. He kept messing with it. So he lost his tooth. On that one, I just placed a little embellishment, and it says good as gold because, I mean, obviously, when you lose a tooth, that's tooth fairy money. So, yep, it's good as gold. Moving on to the right side of my spread. I love the fact that I have these ready to go when it's time to record. I decide, do I want any labels? Do I want just one embellishment like here? I use a label. In that little heart right there, it says, I believe, we'll get through this. And that little icon, that little image, is from Coco Daisy when they offered a free printable for the COVID-19. I do not know if they still have it. If they do, it'll probably still be on their site for an affordable price. But I print it over and over, and I always have it on the desk just because right now we're still currently in the midst of it all. So in case I want to add a COVID-19 based ephemera or die cut accent, I have that there. So if you see the photo is of the park, a playground. We're in another city, and trying to find things to do. My husband actually came for work, so we had hours to blow, and we didn't, I didn't want to stay in our brother-in-law's house. It's not really toddler proof, and just we have to find a way to entertain your children, right? So I noticed there was like 3 parks all within the block of where they live, and I was going to see which park or playground they can play at, and they were all closed. And you see the mesh all on the photo on the playground, and it hits you all over again. We're in the middle of things, and we haven't been out. I didn't know they also closed the playgrounds, and it's really crazy. So I just placed a little label on there, and it says longing for this. You take these things for granted. You're able, let's go do something. Okay, let's go do something free. Let's go to a playground. And you just, it's crazy. That's my phrase for this. It's just crazy. This photo, I did not want to do anything with it, but I felt like I needed something. It says anything is possible. I love that photo. It is such a eye-opening photo for me, and I will explain that further in my journaling. I just feel like my son looks so small in such that vast openness of the ocean, and I just feel like that's kind of how the world is to my, how I see the world to my son. He just looks so small that that the world can swallow him up. It was definitely a mom moment for me. So I show you really quick, those cards go together. I kept the pattern paper the same just because I wanted to gear that they're going to go together. Like right here, that's where my journaling going to go on the lower right portion. So I just wanted to add one more here on this little filler card. It has a bunch of things marked off, and in hindsight, I didn't really need the weather part of this stamp. It says sweater weather, but I'm okay with it. That day when we went to the beach, it was just after a storm. We had a storm the night before, and it was pretty chilly. It had a good bite of wind. So my son did get in the water, but within 10 minutes he was out. I don't know how the other kids there was quite a few little families, but really scattered among the beach, keeping their distance. And little kids were just jumping in like nothing. And I was just like, man, we're gonna have to get a tougher skin, and we come here often. But so I just put that on there because it was really windy that morning that we went. So this is where I'm going to be doing my journaling on the right side. And you see that little embellishment? I wanted to place that there, but I forgot to mark it. Like right now, I was thinking, let me mark it. And I didn't do that with the pencil, and I ended up forgetting. And when I do my journaling, I don't go around it. So at the end, you'll see a little quick viewing that it does not happen. And I'm so bummed because it said blue sky air, and I just love the way that was on there. But oh well. And I believe that was actually from the Sip of Stories We Are Here collection. So it was just a couple of, as well as this little arrow, or kind of like looks like a label, but it's an arrow with it. That was also from there. So I grabbed a couple of little items from that kit because it is travel based. That collection. So I'm showing you, I want to do another flip up. I do not record that on the video this time, just so that it saves editing, but I did leave a gap this time, and in the end you'll see that it doesn't have that alligator open, it does close better. So I do recommend when you do it, you don't put them so close together in the center of the crease. When you do your little, it was 3 inches by 1 inch scrap paper, and you fold it like a hot dog, and you don't put your 3x4 cards right to the crease. You leave a gap on both ends. So in this photo, it's my son. He has right there, that's little scraps. I'm showing you really quick how you do it. You grab the first 3x4 card, and there goes, that's going to be the inside, and then on top is going to be the other one. And you just make sure you don't leave you do leave, I'm sorry, a little space to give them breathing room, I guess. That photo was actually of my son. The flip up is my son. He's has this bottle of barbecue sauce. Every single time they opened their fridge, he would run and grab the sauce and run. It was so funny. We just had a kick out of it. That was his thing, apparently. Okay, so this is another photo of my boys not being home. He doesn't get, my older one does not get to have access to electronics as much, and a lot of TV time. So I just put that little sentiment there. It says, grab my hand and let's go, because they played a lot more together. I'm glad, he has siblings to play with, so that helped. And then I just added one more little sentiment, and it says unplug. And yeah, they are crooked. But I'm going to just go with that. So I do try and fix it, but I notice when you pick it back up, I'm using the Canon selfie photo paper. It is it's very forgiving, but the sticker itself looked like it had started to get wrinkles on it, and I didn't want that to be an issue. So just leave it where it goes, right? Now this photo is actually the next day. I believe it's the 10th. It's Mother's Day, so I wanted a quick photo. And of course, this was the best photo. That's just, it's so sad to say that was the best photo. My son is in the middle of my middle child is, yeah, because of Flash, and I was just like, I just wanted some pictures, guys. Why do you do this to me? They just give it a hard time, so give me a hard time to get pictures. Uh, and I don't normally take pictures very often, so of course, of course. Well, I mean, I take pictures of them all the time, but I don't actually take pictures of myself often. But I grabbed the little floral sticker, and I'm going to do another label, and I'm going to say take great photos on here, along with a sticker that says XOXO, because even though it's snarky and I'm wishing for better photos, I still love them, so that's all that matters, right? I have all the stamps on top. I did not bring a wipey when I came in here, so now I leave them all open so I can clean them, and I was just being so lazy. I was on a roll and didn't want to go get one. I added a little heart to that, and I call this layout done. I'm going to off camera do all the journaling with my typewriter, and you'll get to see the viewing at the end. Here is week 19 all completed. I hope this inspires you in some way, maybe to grab a 12 by 12 paper pad and use it for Project Life. If you have not purchased a kit or don't know which kit to get for documenting Project Life, a paper pad would be an easier way to do things. Especially if you don't have a lot of photos, you can do what I did here. I use the same pattern paper to help coordinate with one photo to share the story and add accents to it. So I hope this inspired you, and I hope you like the spread. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.